Hearing is underway in Karnataka High Court on the hijab ban. Senior advocate Devdutt Kamath, appearing for the petitioner, said wearing hijab is a belief of a community and as long as the belief is there, we can't sit over judgment. While arguing on the hijab ban, advocate Kamath said Sikhs wear turban too and added that every religious practice can be stopped by the state, citing public order if they want to. Advocate Kamath has said wearing a headscarf is an essential part of Muslim culture and that the state has no right to issue an order on dress code. The Attorney General said colleges have autonomy on uniforms and if girls want to wear the hijab, they have the right to seek the colleges, not first. Meanwhile, Justice Krishna Dixit has said the case should be run by facts, the law and what the Constitution says, and that the Attorney General must keep emotions aside. The judge has said that while the holy scriptures of the Quran were cited, the authenticity of the copy submitted before the court must be verified. Nolan Pinto getting us the very latest. Nolan, a while ago we showed our viewers pictures coming in, disturbing pictures of the police crackdown on students and protesters, a mix of students and hooligans, I would say, in Davangere. Just give us an idea about the situation right now. You did tell me a couple of times to describe it simply. It is indeed going out of hand.
Well, this is in Davangere as of now. Things have gotten out of hand over there, where you have, now it's not just students anymore who are actually coming out and protesting, but the supporters of various organizations in the garb of supporting students from both the communities are actually coming out. Now in Davangere, this is what has happened, where the police had no other option but to resort to lathi charge. Now, similar is the case in other places as well, wherein students, now it's not just the hijab anymore, it is saffron shawls versus blue shawls. And in another district of Karnataka, the police had actually detained these students before they actually came to blows. So such is the situation, and that is the reason why many opposition leaders are actually requesting and asking the state government to immediately declare holidays so that the students can get back into the safety of their homes. The home minister has also requested parents to call back their wards so that they are safe. Exams are due in the next few months. They need to be at home studying.
Yes, also Nolan, do get us up to speed with the very latest when it comes to the arguments that are going on in court right now, the petitioner making his side of the argument.
Well, in fact, the advocate for the petitioners has been actually focusing on issues such as public order, law and order, about how other religions, especially the Sikhs, wear their turbans. Now, he also spoke about law and order. He says that if goons are creating a disturbance, it is the duty of the state to ensure that the rights of these girls to go to school are protected. He also, this is Kamath, I'm talking about the senior advocate for the petitioners, he says we can understand in cases there are certain cases where things are different. Now that is where Justice Dixit says we wanted to do a Shiv Thanda in public road carrying skulls. So basically, it's a very
Nolan,
serious
we'll just
argument.
come back to you for more on that. Do continue to be with us. I'm being joined by Dr. Farida Khan, well-known activist and author. Thank you for your time. Do comment on what's really happening right now in the state of Karnataka across districts, Dr. Farida. We see these protests break out. We've just reported on protests spreading to various districts.
Thank you, ma'am. Hijab issue is blown out of proportion, unfortunately. It is not such a big issue because Muslim community, Muslim girls are wearing the hijab from the very beginning. One of the students in his Udupi college, she told, even her mother, while she was coming to the same college, she was also wearing the hijab. It is not such a big thing because if the college doesn't like to allow the student inside the premises, they should have, before the admission, in the admission forms itself, they should have declared the girls who are wearing the hijab are not allowed to take admission in our school. What is it suddenly one fine morning when the students are after 2 years suffering, ma'am, that is because of the pandemic, when they come to the school, they are coming to the school, they are asked to step back from the classes. They were suffering, first of all, because of the online classes, offline classes, and 2 months left for their examination. What is this? It is really because when it is your custom, it is your way of life. You were told to dress like that from your childhood. How can suddenly a daughter is asked to remove the hijab in the classroom?
Yes, but Dr. Farida Khan, I also want to ask you very respectfully, you know, these students, many of them have been insisting on wearing of an hijab, and that's where one feels a little suspicious about what really is going on. In the past, have chosen to not wear the hijab and be in, be in their respective colleges, essentially. One wonders what really has prompted this sudden demand, essentially.
No, yes, demands, it is only known to those colleges, only known to those managements, ma'am. Because our constitution says, Article 25, Article 24 says about the practice your own religion. Article 25(1), Article 25 says about the wearing about your dresses. Preamble of our constitution says, we the people of India. What is this constitution? Is a set of, we know what is the constitution, what is the preamble of the constitution, what are the fundamental rights, is fundamental rights. Because these students from the for 9th standard high school, they are reading what is the constitution, what is that right, because the constitution it is given, sir. Ma'am, it is their fundamental right to wear the dress they choose, wear the food, have the food they like. Said no, because it is somebody must be, I don't know for what this is going on, this is rubbish. India is a democratic country, India is the largest democracy in the world. Having all those things, suddenly this is the really, once when it started from the Udupi, it went to the another part of Kundapur in Karnataka, and it is spreading like a jungle fire. It's supposed to be stopped.
You know, I want to ask you, who do you think is stoking these tensions and for what reason?
No, it is because maybe unfortunately it was not the issue I said earlier. It was the simple issue. It was blown out of the proportion because I don't know, it is for somebody maybe from selfish game, maybe not also because simple issues has taken to such a big thing. Now that our respected president, when he sits in the parliament, he said, बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ. Also one another thing, मुसलमान के बच्चों के हाथ में एक हाथ में लैपटॉप होना चाहिए, एक हाथ में कुरान होना चाहिए. Mom, you are not allowing the student to go inside the classes. How can we read? How can they read? How can they protect themselves? Is it not we are encouraging illiteracy? How can the child, without going to the classroom, how can you give him that laptop? How can he, to become the engineer, to become the doctor, natural like our Tejasvi Surya, MP from the South Bangalore said, मुसलमान के लड़के क्या ये तो पंक्चर वाला है. Naturally, if you are not allowing the student to go and read in the colleges, and the student naturally at close their livelihood, they are supposed to do something, no ma'am.
Okay, Dr. Farida, thank you so much for your perspective on the important story that we're tracking from Karnataka. It's developing every minute. It's a controversy that is snowball now. The matter is in High Court. It's being heard in High Court as well. Thank you for your time and thank you for your point of view. We have a reaction coming in from the Chief Minister of Karnataka. Let's go straight to that.
There has been some disturbances in few cases. Therefore, I am appealing to these students that they have to maintain peace and harmony, because ultimately tomorrow they have to sit together and do all the educational activities, academic activities. Therefore, peace and harmony should be maintained. Second is, I direct the school administration to see that peace is maintained and there is no occasion for a clash of students. As well as I appeal to the teachers to see that peace is maintained in their respective institutions. Plus, I am asking all the concerned people from outside not to have a provocation statements and not to provoke the situation. It's a very sensitive issue as far as students are concerned. So, emotional, High Court has said that will not go by emotional. So let us wait for the directions. Till such time, there has to be peace to be maintained, and I appeal everyone to keep it.
Sir, the matter was also raised in Parliament today. Now, what opposition parties are saying that through these tactics, BJP is trying to polarize or divide the country.
See, these are all the allegations. It doesn't have any grounds. See, as a ruling party in Karnataka, we have got our own responsibilities to maintain law and order, peace, and proper education has to be given to the students. Therefore, we are just going by the law. There is no question of any other things. We are. That's why we have put our stand in front of the High Court legally, and that will be scrutinized by the judiciary. And let the judiciary come out. Then we will abide whatever the court says.
So, irrespective of this stand.
From Udupi to Belagavi to Shivamogga, the hijab versus saffron shawl fight continues to simmer in the state of Karnataka. A massive protest erupted between students wearing saffron shawls and hijab outside the MGM college in Udupi ahead of the High Court hearing, which is underway. The students were seen wearing hijabs and other groups of students wearing saffron stoles, headgears, raising slogans outside the college. Following the protest, MGM college in Udupi has declared a holiday. Meanwhile, the controversy turned violent in Bagalkot as incidents of stone pelting and lathi charge was reported. The situation got so out of hand that the national flag was replaced by a saffron flag in Shivamogga.
कल प्रिंसिपल ने बोला था कि कोई भी हिजाब पहन के क्लास में या कॉलेज में नहीं आएगा बोल के, बट आज सब हिजाब पहन के क्लास में आकर क्लास उनको छोड़ रहे हैं, बट हमको अंदर आने को नहीं छोड़ रहे. इसके लिए हम इधर से आ गए, अंदर प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं. सो इक्वालिटी चाहिए हमको.
We cannot give up. This is something else. This is something else. Hijab, this is not a piece of cloth. For them it is like a piece of, but this is something else. We cannot just give up. We are not ready to give up.
They didn't allow us to write exam, practical exam. I had practical exam. They said to get out without wearing scarf. You have to come inside. Exam today morning from 9 to 10:45. They said me to get out without wearing. You have to come without wearing the scarf. That to annual practical exam. Why they are doing like that?
These students, what they are creating a nuisance over here, we are not able to attend our regular classes. Because of them, we are having the leave now. We have come for the college for the sake of education. We are nobody over here to provoke our religion. We have not come to the college to say that we are Hindu, we are Muslim, we are Christian. Everyone are equal in front of law and justice. So everybody needs a equal rule.
One of the most defining images of today has been that of a single burqa-clad girl being heckled by a right-wing fringe group chanting Jai Shri Ram. The girl, Muskan, can be seen walking alone and she's surrounded by men wearing saffron shawls. Earlier, my colleague Akshata spoke with Muskan, who was heckled by right-wing in Mandya and Karnataka.
I want you to first tell us exactly what happened with you when you were trying to make your way into your college.
Exactly what happened is I was just coming for college to just give an assignment. They were not allowing me to go inside just because I was wearing burqa. They were telling me to remove burqa and go inside. And I came, and then again they started Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, and I was just passing. Again, a lot of boys were standing, and also they were from outsiders and also from our college also. But our principal and every lectures has supported me. And they started giving slogans like Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, and they were telling me to remove burqa, then you are allowed to go for college and all. So even I started screaming Allahu Akbar. That's it.
You know, I saw that play out, Muskan. If you see the video, there are so many of them around you. As you mentioned, the college teachers also came to your rescue. They took you away, ushered you safely into the college. What did you think then? I saw how you boldly responded, but were you feeling scared when you saw those men approaching you?
Lots of boys were standing and they were just screaming and coming back of me. And they were showing the fingers like something and all. So I was a little bit scared there. And then when I saw the principals, everyone was just back of me, then I was okay.
Who are these people, Muskan? Are they students from the college, yes, or are they outsiders?
They are students, and from our college itself, a lot of students. they were wearing this orange something, and they were telling if they don't remove the burqa, even we don't remove this.
Akshita Nand Gopal spoke with Karnataka Education Minister B.C. Nagesh over this controversy.
So what's been playing out over the last few hours in Karnataka is extremely worrying, because in many college campuses now, protests have broken out. You've got students turning up in hijab, some others in saffron shawls. What is the government doing to address this problem, reassure students and ensure that education of these students doesn't suffer?
Yeah, definitely what you are saying is right, madam. Unnecessary, some few miscreants have started disturbing the atmosphere. It was only an issue of one college in Udupi. Even as we know that there are 9 PU colleges in Udupi, it was a small incident of 6 girls who wanted to put their hijab and come to the classes. But according to the Karnataka Education Act and Rule 11, no student can come inside the school without uniform. So when the principals insisted that they should follow the rule of the school, they protested, and they were protesting only in Udupi. They protested, and our departmental staff and even the honorable MLA of that area tried to convince the students, and they were about to be convinced. And initially there were 10 to 12 students who wanted to put hijab, but immediately when our MLA convinced them, all students came to the classes with uniform prescribed by that college. But only 6 students were protesting. But in first week of February, when some political forces intervened in issue.
One side Akshita, one side Nagesh. Mr. Nagesh, who are these political elements you're referring to?
Yeah, it was, I heard that, and I read in some newspaper and some report that one CPI and PFI, which is a student organization of PFI, is involved in this. Initially they had been involved, but they found they were not successful. They were unable to convince the student. As I said, out of the 9 colleges, only 6 students of one college were demanding this, and all other colleges where hundreds of that particular community girls are studying, all followed the uniform and the discipline of the school.
With tension peaking, opposition leaders are now demanding that colleges be shut down till this controversy dies down. Chief Minister Bommai has appealed for peace and has requested to protesting students to wait for the High Court's order.
ಕಾನೂನು ಸುವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ವಿಚಾರ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಆ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಕೂಡಲೇ PUC ತರಗತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ಪದವಿ ತರಗತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಗ್ರಾಜ್ಯುಯೇಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತರಗತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಕೂಡಲೇ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಿ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಒತ್ತಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
ये भारत है, सर्वधर्म समभाव के आधार पर चलेगा, न कि इस्लामिक स्टेट भारत को बनाने की कोशिश करने वालों की मानसिकता हम पूरा नहीं होने देंगे. और इसीलिए विपक्ष में कल कुछ लोगों ने इस तरह का प्रश्न उठाया, और ये कभी पूरा नहीं होगा. भारत रहेगा, भारत पाकिस्तान नहीं बनेगा.
कि स्कूल हो या कॉलेज हो, पढ़ने के लिए आए, ना कि अपने धर्म का प्रचार करने के लिए आए. तो इससे आपको तकलीफ क्यों? अगर आपको तकलीफ है तो अपना स्कूल कॉलेज अलग से बनवा लें. आप लोगों के ऑलरेडी कई मदरसे हैं, मदरसों में पढ़ा लें. स्कूल में आकर हिंदू और मुसलमान करने की आवश्यकता आप लोगों को नहीं है.
Well, as the hijab heat rises in Karnataka campuses, India Today has accessed an image of last year where Udupi college students are seen attending classes without headgears, scarves and hijabs. We also have accessed documents where students have agreed to comply with the uniform dress code. Our next report gets us all the details.
Karnataka is on the edge. From Udupi to Belagavi to Shivamogga, hijab versus saffron shawl fight continues to simmer. As the hijab heat rises, India Today has accessed past images from an Udupi school where students are insisting on wearing hijab. These photos were clicked at an oath-taking ceremony during the Kannada Rajyotsava. No headgear, scarf or hijab are seen here. India Today also accessed a photo of students in a classroom following uniform dress code. The images were clicked during different occasions and celebrations. There are also batch photographs of the year 2009 and 10 where all students are seen following the dress code. 6 students were stopped from entering their schools in Udupi recently for wearing hijab. These students had earlier agreed to stick to the prescribed uniform on all days. The students who want to wear hijab had also signed the agreement. Speaking to India Today, Karnataka Education Minister B.C. Nagesh has alleged that students are being instigated.
6 students decided to come to the school with a scarf on their head, which was not the part of the uniform. The same girls were following the uniform prescribed by the schools since 1.5 years, whether the school are running the COVID for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, etc. But suddenly, some students started this.
The protesting students in various schools of Udupi have refused to back down. They turned up again in their hijabs this week, even as the school shared the government notice on uniform.
इतने साल से वैसा कुछ ऑर्डर नहीं था ना कि यूनिफॉर्म कंपलसरी वो अचानक से 2 महीना रहने में यूनिफॉर्म कंपलसरी और हिजाब काटना तुम्हें वो आया तो हमें क्या करने होते हैं हमारे कने क्या भी रास्ता नहीं हमने एजुकेशन भी होना और हिजाब भी इतने साल से हिजाब डालने को हमें एजुकेशन सीखने को होते
The fight over hijab resonated in Parliament where Kerala MP called it a breach of constitutional right.
They see a Muslim girl in her hijab, they will stop her from education. So where are they taking our India?
Karnataka campuses are simmering over the uniform versus religion debate. Bureau Report, India Today.
Going straight to some news that is just coming in. India Today has now accessed more details from inside Karnataka High Court. But the hearing on the right of students to wear hijab is underway. The petitioner has claimed that the college is indulging in religious apartheid. He's also said, we follow positive secularism. The High Court judge has also questioned if there is a uniform test for public order. This, of course, over the Karnataka hijab controversy that now is exploding in different parts of the state of Karnataka, where protests have broken out in several universities and colleges, not just in Udupi, from where all of that really started. We've seen protests in Mandya, in Devangere, in Shivamogga, and of course Udupi. With the High Court hearing this matter right now, the petitioner is putting forth his set of arguments, arguing on behalf of the students who were insistent on wearing of the hijab. The Karnataka Chief Minister has asked for calm. The Congress has said close down the universities for at least one more week until the time things settle down a little more, given that the situation is visibly going out of hand. We've seen protests in different parts of universities, different parts of Karnataka and different districts and universities, where we have students also protesting against the girl students who are wearing hijab. These are saffron stoles versus hijab protests that have broken out in different parts of Karnataka. Meanwhile, just a few minutes ago, my colleague, our executive editor Shri Ram, spoke to Karnataka Congress Chief D.K. Shivkumar. Listen in to what he had to say.
Mr. Shivkumar, first question to you, sir. The story that India Today first reported on January the 1st has become the biggest story from Karnataka now. My first question to you, sir, is Do you think this is a spontaneous protest that's taking place, or do you think someone is behind it? Who is instigating all this tension, sir?
My entire BJP friends are instigating this entire issue. They are just today, you see that in the entire Shivamogga, the national flag has been brought down. One saffron flag has been put in the place of a national flag. Firing has been going on. They are not able to control the institutions. Whatever the normalcy was there. So we have appealed to the Chief Minister. You just maintain the law and order problem. Give a holiday to all the colleges for a week. Let the things settle down. Peace has to be restored, because our national flag, whatever is been there, that is the pride of our country, our country's integrity. Lot of leaders have sacrificed for this national flag. We have they sacrificed their life and we have got freedom. And today, that national flag coming down and a saffron flag going high itself has created a very big sensation in the entire state. So I appeal to the Chief Minister. The country's integrity is very much important. The world is looking at, entire world is looking at Karnataka and Bangalore. It is a cosmopolitan place where the entire people all over the world are working here, and people from Karnataka are going to all the places and they are working. And it is a very big shameful event which has taken place in Karnataka.
DK sir, one specific question on the flag hoisting issue that you just raised. Are you in possession of any clips that shows the Tiranga being replaced, sir? Because the videos that we have and that are on the media right now show that this bunch of, saffron-clad boys, they climb up the flagpole and they put the saffron flag there. There is no visual, of the Tiranga being replaced by the saffron flag, sir. Are you in any possession of that? Because it's a very grave charge that you are making.
See what you are showing. They are just bringing down the national flag. It is not. It is the national flag which has been brought down, and this saffron flag is high.
No, the visual only shows the saffron flag being put there, so there is no visual of the Tiranga.
What you are trying to show to this country, what you are trying to show to this world.
Sir, with the greatest of respect, DK sir, I am saying that there is no visual of the Tiranga, which would make it an even bigger issue.
It is brought down. It is brought down.
It's not there in the visual, which is why I'm asking you, sir. Is there, in your possession, do you have, through your people, is there some visual? Can you share it with us? Because now, the only thing on the media is the saffron flag that's being put up there.
Whatever I have seen in all the TVs, in the morning, I don't know what this one... Yes, saffron flag is put up and the national flag is brought down.
No visual, there's no visual proof of that, sir. I'm just saying, I am DK sir, with the greatest of respect, I am simply saying that there is, since you're making a specific charge, I am simply saying, is there any visual proof of what you're saying?
You can see in your own eyes.
Because the Tiranga cannot be seen anywhere, sir. The Tiranga is not, it doesn't appear that the Tiranga has been brought down. At least as far as the clips we have suggest that this is an empty flagpole and this saffron flag has been put up. We are not commenting on the situation. The situation is extremely tense. I am just saying that if there is evidence of the Tiranga being brought down,
it is a national flag, my friend. I am telling you, it is a national flag.
Sir, we'll put that aside for a moment. We'll wait to see if there is evidence of the Tiranga being brought down.
Yes.
My question to you now is,
if you have not got the visuals, I will post you that visuals.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I hope you can do that, because then what you're saying becomes extremely important. You've talked about the flag protocol, and if the Tiranga has been brought down by these boys and the saffron flag put up there, it is an extremely grave charge. I am simply saying that so far there is no...
Post it to you.
Okay, I appreciate that,
I will definitely post it to you. Whatever they have posted is not right. I'll post it to you. Within few minutes, I'll post it to you. This is what you have to look at. The country honor has to be put down. I think what you are seeing in your own channel is not right. I think I will post you to the entire whatever that flag was been brought down.
I appreciate that, DK sir. Let's move on to the next issue until we get that. We spoke about who you think is instigating all of this.
Back to you
what is the next step? What is the next step, DK sir? this issue is in the court right now. The government has said rules have to be followed. The protesters, the girls wearing their hijabs, the boys wearing their shawls have said, we are not going to stop protesting. What next?
My appeal is, first I am requesting the government to see that the colleges
Some news just coming in. All Karnataka high schools and colleges are going to be shut for 3 days. That's a big decision. Chief Minister Bommai has tweeted this out. I appeal to all the students, teachers and management of schools and colleges as well as people of Karnataka to maintain peace and harmony. I have ordered closure of all schools, high schools and colleges for the next 3 days. All concerned are requested to cooperate. Also in the court, the matter has been adjourned. It's going to be heard at 2:30 p.m. tomorrow. So two big developments. One from the court where the matter that was being heard has been adjourned up until tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. It's going to be resumed. And closure of high schools and colleges that has just been ordered by the Chief Minister. Joining me now on the broadcast is Suraya Anjum, a well-known activist. Thank you so much for your time. Your reaction first to what has happened just now vis-a-vis the kind of precautionary measure that has been taken by the Karnataka government in closing down the schools and colleges where these protests have broken out and otherwise also for the next 3 days. Do you welcome it?
Thank you, ma'am. जो situations कर्नाटक में हो रहा है, it is not right because education is एक fundamental right है और हर स्टूडेंट को एजुकेशन पाना जरूरी है. इसमें हम लोग कास्टिज्म लेके आए तो ये हमारा इंडियन फ्यूचर को खराब कर सकता है. सो प्लीज कोर्ट ऑर्डर जो है और ऑर्डर आने तक हर स्टूडेंट अपना कुछ पेशेंस से रहे और ऐसा एक्टिविटीज नहीं करना चाहिए बिकॉज जो सैफ्रॉन और हिजाब बोथ आर जो हमारे फ्यूचर ऑफ इंडिया को बहुत अफेक्ट करने वाला है. हम जो बात कर रहे हैं एजुकेशन इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट टू अस और नेशनलिज्म आल्सो. हम जो भी कम्युनिटी के हो, हिंदू मुस्लिम क्रिश्चियन, दिस इज नॉट अ बॉर्डर ऑफ क्वेश्चन. पहला क्वेश्चन है हम किस कंट्री से बिलोंग करते हैं. सो वी आर प्राउड टू फील वी आर इंडियन. सो इंडियन पहले हैं हम लोग और उसके बाद में हम जो मुस्लिम है, हिंदू है, ये सब सेकेंडरी ऑप्शन है.
लेकिन ये सुरैया अंजुम की टेंशन हुआ क्यों है इस समय कर्नाटका में? कई सारे डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स में जो प्रोटेस्ट ब्रेकआउट हुए हैं, इसकी वजह क्या है इस समय? क्योंकि ऐसे कई सारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं जो अभी इंसिस्ट कर रहे हैं हिजाब में, वो पहले नहीं इंसिस्ट कर रहे थे. तो ये बड़ा सवाल रहता है कि इस समय प्रोटेस्ट क्यों ब्रेकआउट हुए हैं?
मैडम अभी देखा गया तो हिजाब सिर्फ 6 लड़कियों का इश्यू था, उसको हम सॉर्ट आउट कर सकते थे, लेकिन बीजेपी गवर्नमेंट ने सॉर्ट आउट नहीं किया. एक इश्यू ऐसा है कि जैसा प्रिंसिपल और कॉलेज रूल्स को ओबे करना चाहिए था, उस स्टूडेंट्स ओबे नहीं किया. तो 6 स्टूडेंट का इश्यू है, ये आज नेशनल इश्यू हो गया. तो कोर्ट में हम फाइट कर सकते हैं. वो लोग हिजाब के लिए डिमांड किए. I am also wearing hijab, proud to say I am Muslim. लेकिन हिजाब पहनने के लिए परमिशन नहीं है, तो हम लोग उस परमिशन के लिए कोर्ट में फाइट करना है. लेकिन एक स्कूल और कॉलेज ऐसा प्लेस नहीं है कि हम लोग उधर हिजाब या सैफ्रॉन शॉल का इश्यू लाके आज जो डंडे मारे गए, वो जो सैफ्रॉन पगड़ी पहना गया, ये सब इश्यूज जो है वो डिस्कस करने का स्कूल और कॉलेज एक प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं है. और जो पॉलिटिकल प्रेशर से जो स्टूडेंट्स जाके प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं, ये सच्ची में बुरी बात है क्योंकि स्टूडेंट्स को सिर्फ अभी एजुकेशन पे ध्यान देना है और नेशनलिटी पे ध्यान देना है. यही हमारा एजुकेशन सिस्टम सिखाता है कि हम पहले इंडियन है और एजुकेशन हमारा पहला राइट्स है. तो हम जो इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बोलता है कि अपना राइट्स के लिए लड़ो, तो इसके लिए हमें कोर्ट है. तो कोर्ट डिसीजन तक हम लोग कुछ भी हमारा पेशेंस होके नहीं बात करना है.
जी सुरैया अंजुम, शुक्रिया इंडिया टुडे के साथ बातचीत करने के लिए. ऑन दैट नोट